I'm with the 2006 Chrysler PT Cruiser. I'm going to be replacing the power steering pump, which is way down in there. And a shiny piece down there. So I've checked the power steering reservoir because the power steering pump in here is damaged pretty bad. The pulley is broken, and there doesn't appear to be any fluid in the reservoir. But normally you would have to siphon out the fluid here, as much fluid as possible you can out the reservoir, so that you don't have too much fluid to lose when you take the power steering hoses loose. So the next thing I'm going to do is remove the wheel and jack and support the vehicle. Okay, after removing the front passenger side wheel, I need to take off this splash shield. There's a 10mm bolts that take a 10mm socket. And then there's a fastener at the bottom here, over here in the corner there to take off, so I get this splash shield out the way. Okay, after I get the splash shield removed, you usually normally take off the serpentine belt for the power steering and the AC compressor. But like I said before, this one is damaged, so there was no belt there. Now you take off this electrical connector here, and there's supposed to be 4 bolts. There's one of the bolts there. That one's missing. That you take off to get this AC compressor out the way to access the hose for the power steering pump. So that's what I'm going to do now. Take this off and move it out the way. Okay, there's the problem getting this AC compressor off. This right here is stuck on. I think the bolt is stuck inside of this, so I'm unable to get this compressor off. What I did was I removed the tensioner, and here's the hose I want to get to right there. It takes a 5/8. It said use a crowfoot socket. So I'm going to try and take the front grill off, because you have to take the front grill off anyway. See if I can get a wrench on there. As you can see, the pulley is completely destroyed on this one. That's why I have to replace it. But I'm going to take the grill off, see if I can get to the to this nut right here to take this power steering hose off. Okay, to remove the front grill, there's you take off this rubber hose here, and then there's 4 bolts here, little screws. Take a 7mm socket, take those off, and it pops up and out like this. Okay, I got the grill removed, and this piece here, it goes and holds the radiator in place. That is able to help me get it. Allowed me to get this nut loose here that I'm moving right in there, and that's for the power steering pump. I'm supposed to be able to remove the almost like to remove the upper hose here. It goes into this reservoir, and then remove the bolts that hold the power steering pump to the engine block. Okay, I've gotten to the power steering pump, and here's the pump here, and it takes these 3 long bolts, take a 13mm socket, take those off, and then there's a bracket that takes a 15mm socket to get those bolts off. And what I do is I move the bracket up here instead of taking it all the way off. Well, maybe I should just take it off, but I was going to attempt to get the power steering pump to squeeze out of there. I'll probably wind up taking the this bracket all the way off just to get some more room. And you take the well, this is the radiator, and it moves about a little bit. It's supposed to give you enough room to get the pump out of there, out of this little hole you created. Here is the power steering pump. This is the old one. You see the pulley's gone. It's seized up. It doesn't turn it off. This is the replacement. This is a used one, which came with the pulley. So I was able to cheat a little bit because this one didn't have the pulley, and it's easier to maneuver it out of there. But I'm gonna have to put this one in here with the pulley on. It might be a little more difficult. There's also a on the bottom, the hose you take out, there's a O-ring that you have to replace. They're both in here, so don't forget to replace that. Okay, I got the power steering pump in there. Right here, pulley. It was a little difficult to maneuver in there, but I got it in there. I'm going to tighten these 3 bolts and this bracket here. There's 2 bolts on the bracket and 3 bolts for the pump. The bolts for the bracket take a 15mm socket. And then when my wrench is there, I just tighten those bolts in with 13mm socket. Here's the power steering pump right here. Got that installed. Got the this hose and the lower hose connected. I got the AC compressor because I didn't take it off because of one of the bolts. I did put the other bolts in, the 3 other ones. So now I'm going to reinstall the tensioner and the tensioner pulley. These take a 15mm wrench to tighten those down. Okay, here I have the tensioner and the pulley installed with the serpentine belt. I'm going to put the splash shield on here next. Okay, here's the splash shield installed. I'm going to put the wheel on, lower the vehicle, and then put the front grille on.